Channel 13 KCOP Los Angeles.
G.I. Joe!
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the most explosive daily series ever.
Weekdays at 5 on Channel 13.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Tim Malloy, and tonight on News 13 at 10:30, rioting Cuban inmates take dozens of new hostages at an Atlanta prison. And the Pentagon flies in its own military experts to deal with this very jittery situation. We'll tell you about that. Also, passengers scurry down emergency ramps at LAX. We're going to tell you what caused this airline panic. Join us for these stories and all the rest of this day's news on News 13 at 10:30 tonight, right after White Christmas.
Our 8 o'clock movie presentation of White Christmas will return in a moment. Beam up to adventure on an all-new Starship Enterprise with an all-new crew. Eager to explore strange new worlds. Star Trek: The Next Generation, every Sunday at 5. But for Trekkies, once is not enough.
It is definitely like alcohol intoxication.
That's why we bring you a special encore presentation the following Saturday at 6. So you won't miss one microsecond of warp speed adventure. Star Trek: The Next Generation, only on Channel 13.
Crown Books. If you paid full price, you didn't buy it at Crown Books.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Wendy Rutledge. Coming up on News 13 tonight at 10:30, more hostages are taken as the Pentagon steps in to deal with Cuban prison riots.
There were quite a few ladies crying and just generally upset.
A passenger's nightmare aboard a plane at LAX. A tough new smoking ban in Los Angeles.
It might be annoying at times if I'm eating dinner and someone blows cigar smoke.
And one of the nation's most powerful black politicians dies suddenly. Join us tonight at 10:30 on News 13.
Books cost too much, so I opened Crown Books. Now you'll never have to pay full price again. We have over 10,000 books to browse through. The Fords, new revelations and exclusive interviews tell a true American story of power, neurotic destruction, revenge, tragedy, and finally triumph, just $14.92. And now in paperback, Prince of Tides, Pat Conroy's story of one family's brooding, dark, and violent past, just $3.71. So remember, if you paid full price, you didn't buy it at Crown Books.
Our 8 o'clock movie presentation of White Christmas will return in a moment. Saturday at 8, it's a struggle for power and survival as Jack Warden stars in the encore presentation and the exciting conclusion of Hoover versus the Kennedys. White Christmas will be right back. Saturday at 4, Jeff Chandler is the leader of a tough World War II combat troop battling enemy forces in Burma in the action-adventure Merrill's Marauders. White Christmas will be right back.
Are you ready for a Thanksgiving feast with Woody Allen?
It's dynamite, Ann.
And there's not a single turkey when L.A. says thanks with the Woodman himself.
Thank you.
KCOP presents the Woody Allen Marathon, beginning with Sleeper, followed by The Purple Rose of Cairo, Broadway Annie Rose, and Annie Hall. Each film will be shown complete and uncut, and that's nothing to sneeze at. The Woody Allen Marathon, Thanksgiving Day on Channel 13.
You're a weightlifter, right? I've seen strong guys rip telephone books in half. Could you rip the TV guide in half?
That would be a sacrilege.
The best thing on television.
Friday at 8, Don Meredith is the leader of an air rescue troop in pursuit of a hijacked police helicopter in the adventure Sky Heist. White Christmas will be right back.
All right, couples, here it is, your big 25-point bonus question for 20.
Bob?
Jeff, I'm right in the middle of a game.
Well, yeah, I know, but I've got some tremendously exciting news. I'm the first one they told. The all-new dating game has been moved to 6:30 every weeknight on KCOP Channel 13.
Hey, I knew that.
You did?
Yes, in fact, the all-new Newlywed Game will be on at 6 o'clock, right before the all-new dating game. Now, can I get back to my game?
Sure. Now, sorry, Mr. Eubanks.
Don't be the last one to check out our new lineup, the new Newlywed Game, followed by the all-new dating game on Channel 13.
New Eden will continue in a moment.
Hi, I'm Wendy Rutledge. Stay with us after the movie, and here's what you'll see on News 13.
Don't put these chickens in this 3-compartment thing.
Here are restaurant inspectors going through a place you may have eaten roaches on chicken. Yes, all part of the job. And the pit bull. This may show you why some want to. A big decision today. And this is what she looked like when she was 114 years old. We'll give you the final chapter in the life of the world's oldest woman. Stay with us right after Return to Eden for News 13 tonight at 10.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Wendy Rutledge. Coming up next on News 13, a shooting and a crash tonight in Compton. We will have a live report. Another important step toward an effective AIDS vaccine. We will meet a visitor who believes man's best friend is worth a hunger strike, and why Southland pit bull owners are celebrating a victory tonight. That is all just ahead on our news.
Our 8 o'clock movie presentation of Return to Eden will continue in a moment. Thursday at 8, continuing corruption and bigotry in a desert town hinder a man's intent on finding peace. Tom Laughlin stars in The Trial of Billy Jack. Return to Eden. We'll be right. We now continue with our 8 o'clock movie presentation of Return to Eden. Tomorrow at 8, Tara Wells comes back to Eden and sets the trap for the man who tried to kill her. Rebecca Gilling stars in the exciting conclusion of Return to Eden. Part 2 will be right back. KCOP now presents the conclusion of Return to Eden, Part 2, with no further interruptions.
This marathon tip is brought to you by the Mitsubishi Galant.
Hi, I'm Nancy Dietz. As you've been training for the marathon, you've probably become familiar with the phrase, no pain, no gain. Well, that's not exactly true. There are different kinds of pain. The first is the normal muscle fatigue and soreness you're going to feel as you get stronger and faster. The second, which is chronic, sharp, and localized, could indicate an injury. It's a good idea to take a break, then go see a doctor if it persists.
Motor Trend's Golden Calipers, among the most coveted automotive awards in the world. Symbol of the accuracy, the measure, the care and thinking in the automobile that wins them. The Mitsubishi Galant, a car whose performance, comfort, and overall execution are aptly summarized in the Golden Calipers. The Mitsubishi Galant, Motor Trend Import Car of the Year.
This marathon tip is brought to you by your Southern California Honda dealers.
Hi, I'm Nancy Dietz. What you wear on race day can affect your performance. Most importantly, you want to wear clothes that you've trained in, especially your socks. Here in Los Angeles, the mornings can be pretty unpredictable, so you might want to wear layers of clothing to the starting line that you won't mind discarding as the race goes on. One little trick that's become kind of my trademark is a white cap. It protects against the heat and reduces the glare.
I know. If I had a Honda, I wouldn't be in this mess.
If you had a Honda, I wouldn't be getting you out of this mess.
You always come to my rescue.
That's because I've always had Hondas.
Yeah. You know, my choice in cars is a lot like my choice in men.
You know what? I just thought of a great guy for you.
Really?
Easy to talk to, always there when you need him.
Who?
My Honda dealer.
Your authorized Honda dealers, as dependable as the cars they sell.
Pebbles and Babyface on the Arsenio Hall Weekend Jam. Tonight at 11 on Channel 13. KCOP presents the 8 o'clock movie featuring the finest motion pictures on LA's #1 movie station. It's the Best of the West Week. Tonight, they were trying to build a future.
Now that you've won me, would you mind getting off my place?
He was trying to forget the past.
Have some of this. Smell like a man.
But peace doesn't always come easy.
Do you think I could go on living with you and you thinking that I'd showed yellow?
And sometimes the past isn't far behind. Van Heflin and Alan Ladd star in Shame, shown uncut with fewer commercials. And now, our 8 o'clock movie presentation begins.
Our 8 o'clock movie presentation of Duel will return in a moment. This newsline is brought to you by General Electric.
It's going to have to be done on every front.
Yes, folks, tomorrow night President Bush will declare war on drugs. And yes, he will become the 4th president since Nixon to do it. The question is, will his plan work where the others failed? Hello, I'm Larry Atterbury in the Channel 13 newsroom. Can President Bush solve America's drug problem with the price of 4 stealth bombers? We'll take a look on Top Story. That's coming up on News 13 at 10, right after tonight's movie.
We test the features of the GE Space Center 27 so thoroughly, it allows us to offer one more feature. One we're so proud of, we put it on all our major appliances. A 90-day full refund or exchange policy called Satisfaction Guaranteed. Because at GE, we believe you can never come too close to perfection.
The cast of Night Court goes how far to make you laugh?
The entire world will be pondering it for generations.
Would they resort to cheap theatrics?
Certainly. No. Yes.
Outrageous innuendo?
I can explain this whole thing.
That's right, and I'll vouch for everything you said. Non-stop slapstick?
Boy, I gotta get some odor eaters.
Night Court. Is this much fun really legal?
Beginning September 11th, right here on Channel 13.
On the next Inside Report.
I'm Penny Daniels. What do you do when your spouse is abusing your kids and no one will help you? Not police, not the courts. Well, thousands of parents have decided to take matters into their own hands, giving up everything they have, grabbing their kids, and fleeing to an underground railroad for sanctuary.
Get the inside story on Inside Report.
At a special time tomorrow at 7 on Channel 13.
Hello, I'm Wanda Stark in the Channel 13 newsroom. Coming up tonight on News 13 at 10. What goes through your mind when you're attacked by a shark? This man knows he was attacked by one this weekend, and he'll tell us his story. Is a renegade black priest a seducer of young boys, or is he an innocent man being framed by his own church? And we'll tell you how plastic surgery and the piano are combining to make beautiful music in a young prodigy's life. Tonight on News 13 at 10, right after our movie.
Hi, I'm Bill Rogers. We all know about the importance of running shoes, but you also need to consider what clothing you're going to race in. Wear a singlet, not a t-shirt on a warm day. Select something soft and light, preferably nylon, since your body will warm up quickly when the race begins. Avoid any rough edges that might chafe when you run. Wear these clothes on some training runs. Have a dry shirt to wear after you finish the race.
The Los Angeles Marathon. Intense, competitive, an event of Olympic proportions. When the world returns to Los Angeles, you don't want to be left behind. Get exclusive live coverage of every exciting minute. Turn to the only television station to be there every step of the way. Watch the 6th annual City of Los Angeles Marathon, live Sunday, March 3rd at 8 on Channel 13.
This training tip brought to you by Wells Fargo, the bank Californians have trusted since 1852.
Hi, I'm Bill Rogers. The surfaces you train on can influence your performance on race day. The Los Angeles Marathon is run on streets that are both concrete and asphalt. It's a good idea to study the course before the race and get to know the hills, the turns, and the composition of the pavement. City streets may have potholes and large cracks that can cause serious injury to the unprepared runner. It'll also help you to do some training runs on the marathon course.
This marathon training tip presented by the American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
Hi, I'm Bill Rogers. Big cities are potentially dangerous places to live. If you're a woman running in a big city and training for the marathon, try to remember a few common sense tips. Run with other people whenever possible, and don't run in unpopulated or poorly lit areas. Keep alert at all times and be aware of the traffic, the terrain, and other runners around you. Always carry some identification and try to let a friend know when and where you're going to run.
Hey, his boots come a long way for one day.
Is that a hitch?
Not what I hear.
What?
At the airport, someone swiped your wallet.
Oh, right.
What about your client dinner tonight? You know, you're sitting on the biggest order of the year.
Is Mr. Moore here? I'm Chris Moore. I've got you a replacement card in cash from American Express. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
How did you do that?
Only one card gives you the privileges of membership. The American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
John Wayne. in The Searchers. Sunday at 8 on Channel 13.
Monday at 8, Best of the West Week concludes when 4 outcast heroes ride side by side to free a small western town from the hands of corruption. Kevin Costner and Brian Dennehy star in Silverado. Thursday at 8, he's a mad slasher loose on the streets of New York whose superhuman powers make him virtually unstoppable. Tom Atkins stars in the horror thriller Maniac Cop.
Silverado, Monday at 8 on Channel 13.
Tomorrow at noon, it won 7 Academy Awards. Paul Newman and Robert Redford star as 2 small-time con men who out-con a notorious crime lord in the action-adventure The Sting.
In 2193, the world's most notorious criminals escape 200 years into the past. Tracking them in 1993 and returning them to justice becomes one cop's obsession.
I'm going back.
So he travels back in time with some high-tech weapons.
Good morning, Captain Landon.
To hunt them down. The battle for the future is about to begin. Time Tracks.
2-hour series premiere Wednesday at 8.